Chelsea Green receives online threats following comments made about Hulk Hogan. Plus, the AAA titles are going to be defended on SmackDown next week. And an epic title match has been added to WWE SummerSlam. It is all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So in the wake of Hulk Hogan's passing, we have seen comments from across the wrestling landscape. Comments by Chelsea Green on CBS News caught a lot of backlash. So she was interviewed on CBS News yesterday and was asked for her thoughts and her reaction to the death of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so she said, polarizing political views aside, he was an absolute icon, and if it weren't for Hulk Hogan, there are many of us in the industry who would not be there. It's a loss that we are deeply feeling in the wrestling community. So obviously she's on TV. She's been asked about this passing that had literally just a very fresh news at that point that Hulk Hogan had passed away. And she obviously says that, and saying on Twitter, following it up, saying, political views aside, Hulk Hogan's influence on the wrestling world was clearly undeniable. He inspired millions and shaped an entire generation of fans, my husband included. We are mourning the loss of an icon, a legend. My love goes out to the family. These comments have received some online backlash. Now, obviously, social media is a cesspool of people just constantly arguing, so it was no surprise that at some point there was going to be backlash to certain comments. It's hard to surmise what the reason for this backlash is, because it looks like there is people annoyed at Chelsea Green for not discussing the comments Hulk Hogan has made in the past that he rightly received backlash for, but other people are seemingly annoyed because she did mention the polarizing aspect.
Yeah, it's something that we have certainly noticed at Cultaholic and across the wrestling board, in terms of there are two very different sides in this whole thing, whereby there are people who are upset that the past comments by Hulk Hogan have been brought to the front in his passing, and there are others who are upset that they've not been brought up enough. There are those upset that we aren't focusing on the legacy, and there are the people that are upset that we aren't focusing on the legacy. You know, it's basically you've got two sides, and both are upset with the way that Chelsea Green spoke, and this got out of hand. Chelsea Green went on to say on Twitter a statement that followed this up. She said, "A significant part of my role at WWE involves engaging with the public and responding to questions, often on live platforms. Yesterday, I was asked to comment on Hulk Hogan on live TV. Let me be clear. My stance on racism is unwavering. I do not condone it, period. If my response or tweet seemed dismissive of real concerns, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. I try to acknowledge a death respectfully, even when that legacy is complicated. I am learning one day at a time, and I will continue to learn."
And that's seemingly the comment that has got a lot of backlash from the people going, you shouldn't be mentioning the past things in Hulk Hogan's last 10 years, really.
But also people saying you should be mentioning the past things.
Precisely. So it's a very, very complicated situation. It seems like Chelsea Green is really at the center of it. And I think she handled it incredibly well on the TV, because it was, as we said, very fresh. She is in a public facing role. You have to make a comment if they're asked on that. You can't say no comment. And she did it in a respectful way, and then went on to address the other aspect of it later on Twitter.
Yeah, so as the night wore on, SmackDown went on, and Chelsea Green just got a barrage of messages, not the nicest of ones, and she ended the night by saying, "I've tried to keep my page positive and comedic, but today a lot changed, and it hit harder than I expected. The name calling, the death threats, the faceless accounts. Social media was supposed to be a fun place, and it hasn't been for a while. It's been overwhelming, and I need to step away for a little bit."
So it's really sad to see her step away from social media, because no one should be receiving abuse or threats or anything of that sort following this.
No.
Obviously, Hulk Hogan has a complicated last 10 years. Why do we want to share more abuse and threats in the wake of his passing? People should just people will make statements about, and they have a complicated relationship with Hulk Hogan, let that be. it's a shame that someone as fun as Chelsea Green has felt the need to have to step away from social media, which is meant to be, at the end of the day, a fun place.
And what's funny is I know for a fact you're watching this video and there is going to be comments down there that continue that rhetoric, whether or not you are in the camp of saying that she should have brought up these racist comments more, or the camp that people go, she should only have focused on his legacy. You know, that's going to continue. That ain't changing, and that is the case. And even Cody Rhodes, I noticed, copped some backlash online by describing Hogan's history and legacy as complicated.
Yes, and he addressed that on SmackDown. That was a comment made on SmackDown last night in the tribute episode. Said it was complicated, but said that it was undeniable that he changed wrestling. And I think that's part of it, is the fact that it's a tough thing to wrestle with, no pun intended, of like how do you pay tribute. And I think they did it. I think they did it well.
I think they did it well, but there's one particular clip of Cody saying that, which has been quote retweeted thousands of times, and the quote retweets range from "It's not complicated, Cody. He was the greatest of all time," and "It's not complicated, Cody. He was a racist." So that's how it's divided. I did a video about it. It's coming out later.
It's coming out later.
God help me. It's in which we do take a look at the entire package of it, and I've done my very best to present something at the end, which I'm pretty sure you're going to have a strong opinion on. What I will always say is, in terms of like conducting yourself online, I will never tell you, and Fraser Porter will never tell you how to remember anyone.
No, of course not.
It's not our place to tell you how to remember someone, nor is it your place to tell anyone else how to remember someone either. But it's certainly not our place to tell you how you should do it. You do, but all that we will always say is do it in a respectful manner.
Do it in a respectful manner.
If you went online yesterday trying to, in defense of whatever, and decided, do you know what I'm going to do with my time? I'm going to tell Chelsea Green to end her life. No, that
is not
bang
not
out.
Not fair.
Bang out. And that's not the sort of company that we want to keep here.
Hopefully we'll see Chelsea Green back on social media having fun, because she's an absolute star.
She's brilliant.
She's great.
She is brilliant. Yeah. Let's talk about some proper wrestling.
Yeah, let's get into some WWE and AAA, because it looks like we're going to have some WWE stars competing on AAA. This isn't brand new. We know that because of the relationship between the two companies, this is going to happen. But we've got, well, first off, Dominic Mysterio turned up.
Yeah, now that was pretty exciting. So so the whole segment started with Vikingo coming out to issue an open challenge. It's worth pointing out that Vikingo got absolutely booed out of the building.
Yeah, apparently he's not. The people don't like him.
Not a popular guy at this taping last night in Mexico City. He threw out an open challenge for the AAA Mega title. It was first answered by Dragon Lee. It was then answered by El Grande Americano, who got thrown out of the ring by Dragon Lee and by Vikingo. And then a masked, hooded mystery individual hit the ring and attacked both of them. It was only Dominic Mysterio.
Big Dom was there.
Dom.
He was there. He laid out the challenge, laid out both men, and it's been confirmed that at Triple Mania we're going to get a fatal four-way.
Yes, indeed. And you know what? Big pop for Dom. Big pop for Dom.
It's undeniable that man has got charisma for days. Like, it's crazy that, I mean, that moment at WrestleMania where he runs back down the ramp, you know that man is going to be a star, and he's so fun. He's so good. I kind of want to see him win it. I kind of want to see him win the title.
He's done the curse. He's already held the title. He held the title last night. It did look good in his hands. Exactly. I will say that much.
Get Mysterio with him at AAA belt. Absolutely.
Oh,
give it to me.
That was a nice time. Meanwhile, the AAA Tag Team titles are going to be defended on SmackDown next week. It was announced backstage that Los Garza are going to put the belts up in an open challenge on the SmackDown SummerSlam Go Home show.
Yeah, it's really cool to see them being defended on a WWE program, like an actual main WWE program, SmackDown. I feel TNA feels a bit shafted that they're not on the main roster a little bit. But it will be cool to see.
They talked about Bound for Glory on Raw this week.
That's very true.
So that was nice.
I'm not have any clue. I've not got any clue as to who could answer this challenge, because right now we're about to talk about it, but there's an epic match been added to SmackDown that makes the tag team title scene a bit busy.
There is indeed.
Will it be some AAA stars? Maybe.
I'm going to predict Hamburg Acer and maybe Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana. Yeah, you've got to get Mr. Iguana on
There's
there.
a great opportunity here to really showcase some AAA teams, and I think that's a nice chance to do that. But yeah, on to that SmackDown tag team match that's been set for SummerSlam. The tag team division on SmackDown has been magnificent. Like the recurring cast of characters has just been phenomenal. And last night, all of them were in a big old brawl.
Big six, man.
Big 6-team brawl. And this led to Nick Aldis coming out and saying, I've had enough of all of this. And he's going to take the tag team titles and he's going to hang them above the ring. And we are getting a 6-pack TLC match for the tag team titles.
It's going to be huge. It's kind of like that one at WrestleMania 40 when both tag team titles were on the line. Was it 40? Yes, it was 40.
But that was only 4 teams, wasn't it?
Exactly. So we've got an extra 2 more teams in there. I'm trying to think of who I want to win it. My heart says Motor City Machine Guns, but my head says Rey Fenix and Andrade.
Fenix and Andrade have certainly been getting a lot of love at the moment, and I feel like this is a nice opportunity to get them their first ever tag team titles at this point. But you know what? What a great match to have where you literally can't choose the outcome. You know, DIY in the mix in there as well. Nathan Fraser and Axiom in there as well, who certainly are deserving of a tag title reign at some point. But it's going to be a car crash, a train wreck, and I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a good old time. There's a brand new episode of the Classic SmackDown review on the podcast feed today. We recorded it before the passing of Hulk Hogan. Just so you know, if you think it's weird that we don't reference it, it's because we recorded it before it happened.
You were pre-rec.
We were pre-rec, as they say in the radio industry. And as I say, a little later on today, a video that I put together on the complicated legacy that Hulk Hogan leaves behind. I hope you will watch it, and I hope you will watch it all the way through, and I hope we'll have some calm discussion about it afterwards. I hope so. Anything you want to throw out?
No, just catch the news video later today.
Oh, another news video later today, of
see
course.
you then.
For the very latest wrestling news at any time, though, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.